Hi there, and welcome to this day in history for July 16th. July 16th is the 197th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 198th in leap years, with 168 days remaining to the end of the year. A little backgrounder to today's word is that in the 1920s, researchers were studying a group of workers at the Hawthorne Works of the Western Electric Company in Cicero, Illinois. These researchers noticed that productivity increased regardless of how you changed the variables. For example, when they made the lights brighter, the production improved. When the lighting was reduced, the production was still improved. And so the researchers figured this phenomenon was due to the workers' perception that they were being given some attention, and that the realization of being singled out for a study caused them to perform better. And so today's word is Hawthorne effect, a noun meaning an improvement in a worker's performance attributed to special attention received when singled out for a study. Hawthorne effect. Moving forward, we're going to start with July 16th in the year 622, which marks the beginning of the Islamic calendar. Best I can tell, this has the Islamic calendar year has a different number of days than the Gregorian calendar year. For example, in January of 2021, the current Islamic year is 1442 and runs from August 20 of 2020 to August 9th of 2021. As I understand it, since so much of the rest of the world goes by the Gregorian calendar, they use the Gregorian calendar as a civil calendar, and the Islamic calendar is used to determine proper days for holidays and rituals. Now, if there's anyone out there who knows about this, and if I have misunderstood what I read, let me know in the comment section. July 16th in the year 1228 marks the canonization of Saint Francis of Assisi. Canonization is a declaration of a person as a saint. Saint Francis is the patron saint of Italy and later came to be associated with the patronage of animals in the natural environment. And this is the date of his canonization, but his feast day is in October. Carmelites are a Roman Catholic religious order, more formally known as the Order of the Brothers of the Blessed Virgin Mary of Mount Carmel. It says brothers, but it is an order for men and women, and the Carmelites started out as a hermit community, living in Mount Carmel in Palestine. They moved to Europe in the 1200s when the Muslims resumed power in that part of the world where they were, there in Palestine. They came to England, the Carmelites did. When they got there, they gained a convert known as Simon Stock. By and by, Simon Stock became a prior of the order there in Kent, England. That said, it is that July 16th, 1251 is celebrated as the day that the now Saint Simon is said to have had a vision of the Virgin Mary. King Richard II of England was crowned on July 16th in the year 1377. For religious matters today, on July 16th, 1769, Father Junipero Serra founded California's first mission, Mission San Diego. This has evolved into what we know today as the city of San Diego in California. On July 16, 1790, the District of Columbia was established as the capital of the United States. This is the birthday of American religious leader Mary Baker Eddy, born July 16, 1821. We've mentioned her before in other matters. She was the founder of the movement known as Christian Science and lived to the age of 89. And we're not quite done with religious matters just yet. I guess it's a big day for religion across history. July 16, 1858 is noted as the date of the last apparition of the Blessed Virgin Mary to Bernadette Soubirous in Lourdes, France. Emperor Haile Selassie signed the first constitution of Ethiopia on July 16, 1931. The world's first parking meter was installed in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma on July 16th, 1935. New York Yankees Joe DiMaggio recorded at least one hit in 56 consecutive games, with the last one occurring on July 16th, 1941. That's pretty remarkable. This actually is a record that still stands as an MLB record, Joltin' Joe DiMaggio. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus closed their last big tent show in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on July 16, 1956. They weren't quite done circusing yet, but they were done doing them in tents. That was the last one held in tents. After that, the circus shows would be held in arenas. I've been to some of those, but it's been a long time. Before we talk about today's song, we have a bonus word today, and it's power ballad. What is a power ballad? Well, we'll start with the definition of a ballad. That is an emotional style of music that usually deals with romantic and intimate relationships, possibly also loneliness, death, war, drug abuse, politics, religion, usually presented in a poignant but solemn manner. Ballads are usually melodic enough to get the listener's attention. Power ballads are thought to have evolved in the early 1970s as rock stars sought to convey such profound ideas as mentioned. As the song progresses, it shifts into instrumental intensity with heavy drumming and maybe a distorted electric guitar solo representing the power of the power ballad. To emphasize the emotional aspect of a power ballad, crowds will hold up lighters with the flame turned all the way up, or now maybe a smartphone bearing that GIF image. That said, today's song is power ballad The Flame by Cheap Trick, number 1 on July 16, 1988. While Cheap Trick were putting together their Lap of Luxury album, the vice president of Epic Records came to them and gave them their choice of a couple of songs, saying, "These songs, they're going to be number 1. Cheap Trick chose The Flame. The other song, if you're curious, was Look Away, which went to the group Chicago, and yes, that one did hit number 1 as well later in the year. Cheap Trick weren't wild about The Flame at first, but it grew on them, and they did a good job with it. As the record executive predicted, The Flame did hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in July of 1988 and held that spot for 2 weeks, which is where we find it on July 16, 1988. While they also had other songs that charted, this was the only one that ever hit number 1 for them. The Flame by Cheap Trick. Link in the description. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That description lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page that is called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, Parler, BitChute, and Getter. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.